Okay, folks, this is part 4 of my videos connecting Elvis to the number 666. So if you have not watched part 1, part 2, or part 3, go and watch all those first before you watch part 4. This is part 4. Okay, so you guys know that I'm telling you that Trump is the replacement twin for Elvis's identical twin that was sacrificed at birth, because Elvis is the real antichrist. Trump is the image of the beast. He is the image of the antichrist. Trump is the modern day Elvis. And you guys know that I have 2 predictions that on June 11th there's going to be some type of spectacular event in Washington state. Most likely ground zero is going to be Seattle, King County. And you know, Elvis was known as the king. And that's where Seattle is, in King County. So get out of Washington state before June 11th. And you know, Elvis, he died at the age of 42. Washington's the 42nd state. So get out of Seattle before June 11th. Actually get out of Washington state, okay, before June 11th. Anyway, and my other prediction is that Trump gets his head wound on August 4th, which just happens to be Obama's birthday. Trump gets the head wound, and most likely in Ohio. So like I said, Elvis had an identical twin that died at birth, okay? And his name was Jesse. And Trump is the replacement twin for Jesse, because there can only be one Antichrist, and Elvis had to be the Antichrist. Okay, now pay attention. So when they were born on January 8th, 1-8, there was 2 of them born, Jesse and Elvis, 1-8, 1-8. If you add that up, it's 216. And if you say it backwards, like they say in the UK, 8-1, 8-1, it's 16-2. Okay, and that just happens to be my prediction dates. August 4th is the day Trump gets his head wound, which is the 216th day of the year, and June 11th, which is the 162nd day of the year. Okay, it's perfect. Okay, and like I said, Elvis had an identical twin. I'll get to the 666 connections in a moment, but look at this. Identical twins equals 162 and 216 backwards in Gematria. Look at that. June 11th is the 162nd day of the year. August 4th is the 216th day of the year, the day Trump gets his head wound. And this is Seattle, 162nd day of the year is June 11th, the Seattle event. And by the way, I could have shown so much more connections, but I need to get to the 666 stuff. So Elvis was born on 1-8, okay? And if you add up all the numbers between 1 through 8, you get 36. And if you add up all the numbers between 1 through 36, you get 666. So there's your first connection to the 666 with Elvis, because between 1 through 8, it equals 36. And the 36 is the 666 connection. All right, so that's what you're looking for right here, is this 36. And Elvis was born on 1-8. So remember, we're connecting everything to the 36, because the 36 is the 666, right? And look, Elvis, he died in Tennessee, where he lived and died there. And that's the 16th state. Mississippi, where he was born, him and the identical twin, is the 20th state. And what is 16 plus 20? It's 36, which is the 666 number. And also, it is the 216, which is August 4th, 162, which is June 11th. Do you understand? And this is a crown. The letter O is a crown, see? Do you understand what I'm showing you here? So the 16 plus 20 is 36, and you also have the June 11th and the August 4th numbers in here. So the reason I'm showing you this is because it's connected to the 36. 16 plus 20 is 36, which connects to the 666. Who were the first 2 presidents that were assassinated? It was Abe Lincoln, who happened to be the 16th president, James Garfield, which happens to be the Oops, I didn't put the S. 20th president. Okay, I corrected that. It's it's the S right here. Anyway, so James Garfield is the 20th president, and he was the second one to be assassinated. So there you go again with the 162, which is June 11th, 216, which is August 4th. You have the crown, and 16 plus 20 is 36, which is the 666, right? And president starts with the first four letters of Presley, like Elvis Presley's last name. And you know, Elvis, where he lived, Graceland, his home, looks just like the White House. You think that's a coincidence that Presley is like president? Anyway, the point of this is that 16 plus 20 is 36 again. And same numbers again, 16, 20, 20, 16. 666 connected to the 36. And by the way, I can show you many connections with JFK, the guy who got the head wound, but I'm not going to do that in this video. But Lyndon Baines Johnson was the 36th president who took over after JFK was assassinated. So the 36th president connected to JFK. You understand? The 666 is connected because Trump is connected to JFK. All right? It's all about the head wound, just like Washington's going to get a head wound, Washington State. Anyway, they were calling Lyndon, the president, by the way, he's got the name Don in there, look at that. But they were calling him LBJ for short, you know, because he has such a long name. So they were calling him, anyway, and look at that, he's got the sun in his name for the people who know my videos. But LBJ is what they were calling him, and he's the 36th president. He took over for JFK, who was assassinated. And wouldn't you know it that LBJ, not only does it equal 24, because 24 is the year we're in, and also the letter X, just by itself, is 2, 4, and 6. The letter X equals 24, and then reduces 6. So even though, you know, because you know, the X is everywhere, if you know what I mean. And look, it just so happens that it equals the exact same as the initials for the Antichrist. TAC is the Antichrist. It equals the exact same in Gematria as LBJ. Do you understand what I'm showing here? Because I told you it has to connect to the 666. And TAC is the Antichrist initials, and he was the 36th president, LBJ. And of course, you know, you have Elvis's birth date right here, 107. I mean, 108, okay? And then you have the 18 backwards. And just like Seattle, their airport, Seattle-Tacoma, is called SeaTac. So basically, they're telling you it's the Antichrist beast out of the sea. Elvis is the beast out of the sea, okay? He's the biblical beast out of the sea. This event is the biblical beast out of the sea, out of Revelation, okay? In Revelation in the Bible. And there you go. TAC, the Antichrist out of the sea. And it just so happens when LBJ became president, he was 55 years old. And Satan equals 55. And remember, he has the initials of the Antichrist. LBJ equals TAC, same exact numbers. So Satan equals 55. He was 55 when he took over. Do you see how perfect this puzzle is? And I told you that Donald Trump is the 45 president. Obama was the 44th president, but Trump is the 44th person to become president, 45th person to take office. So Trump is the 45, and Obama's connected to the 44 and 45. And you know, Martin Luther King was killed on 445. Look at this. Lyndon Baines Johnson and Elvis Aaron Presley equals 445. And then you have 6/11. That's the day Seattle gets struck. And he was the 36th president, remember, the 666 president. Do you understand how impossible these connections are, what I'm showing you? And you know, Trump's born on June 14th, which on a leap year is the 166th day of the year. So there's your 166, and there's the 45 president, which is Trump, okay? It's all connected. But look, 6/11 is the day Seattle gets struck. Or Washington State, you know, get out. of that place before June 11th. Anyway, back to the 1620 stuff. So Elvis, because 16 plus 20 is 36. Elvis died on 8/16. Trump's death, you see it's in a whatever they call that, the quotes. Anyway, because he's not actually, he's gonna, come back from the dead, technically. So Elvis died on 8/16. Trump is gonna be proclaimed dead on August 4th. Most likely in Ohio. So if you add that up, it's 1620, 2016. And that's, Trump was elected in 2016. You know what I mean? These are not coincidences, okay? And 20 plus 16 is 36, which makes 666. Because 1 through 36 equals 666. And is it just a coincidence that Elvis died at the age of 42 on the date 8/16? 8/16 on the clock, military time, it would be 2016. If it was PM, 8/16 PM, it would be 2016 military time. So the first time you see 8 o'clock in the morning, it's 8/16. And then the next time it would be 2016 when it came around again. 2016. There you go. 1620, 2016. And what would be 1620? The hands would be on the 4-4. 1620. And look at that. 420. But look, 4-4 is the kill number. The 44 is the kill number. Look, 420 would be 1620, which is the backwards of 2016. Get it? And so that would be the 42 with a crown. See, 42 with a crown. And 162 with a crown is June 11th. You see what I'm saying? The other one was August 4th, 216. You get what I'm saying? This one was the August 4th, 216, with a crown. This is June 11th, the 162nd day of the year with a crown. All right? And Elvis, he started working at Crown Electric back in 1954 on the date 420, Crown Electric. So the whole point again was that it's the 16 and the 20, what I was showing you just a second ago, which is 36, right? And also connecting to August 4th and June 11th with those numbers. And look at this. So the 16th hour is 4 o'clock. The 20th hour is 8 o'clock. And that's when Trump gets his head wound, 8/4. You see that? The 16th hour in military time, the hand would be on the 4. It'd be 4 p.m. And the 20th hour is 8 p.m. You see what I'm saying? It's connected to 8/4. Just like what I'm showing you here. It's 20th hour is 8, 16th hour is 4, okay? Anyway, the whole point again was that 16 plus 20 is 36, which connects to the 666. And it just so happens from Elvis's birthday to June 14th on a leap year is 1,620 days. From Elvis's birthday to Trump's birthday, if you go forward 1,620 days, but only on a leap year does this happen. Because it's 1619 if it's not a leap year. But look, 4 years, 5 months, 7 days. Look at that. And it just so happens the 88th prime is the first time you see a 45 in the prime numbers. The 88th prime is the first time you see 4 and 5, the first two numbers. And look at that. 457, 457. And look, the 611th prime is 4507. So that's basically the 45 with a crown. I mean, it's 45 with a crown, but it's 457 with a crown too. Anyway, the whole point was that it was the 1620 again. 16 plus 20 is 36, which connects to June 11th, the 162nd day of the year, or 216 days, August 4th. Like I said, everything is connected to the 36, which connects to the 666, and the O is a crown. Elvis's birthplace, where he was born as a baby, the house address was 306, the number. MLK was killed in room number 306. And by the way, the address was 450. So you have a 45 with a crown, you see? And then you have the 306 with a crown. You see what I mean? 36 with a crown, and then the 45 with a crown was the address, 450, where he was killed. And he was known as a king. Elvis was known as a king. Seattle's in King County. And now Martin Luther King is named after that Seattle, King County. It was renamed after Martin Luther King in 2006, officially. All right. So it's connected to the 36. That's what I'm trying to show you, the 666. And you know, Trump, he was elected in 2016. And look at that. Trump became president in the year 2017. And the 306th prime number is 2017. You see that? I was just showing you how Elvis's birthplace and MLK's room number was 306 and his Elvis's birthplace address was 306. And now Trump gets elected in 2017. Look at that. And I told you that on a leap year, hold on. Sorry about that, folks. On a leap year, August 4th is the 217th day. On a regular year, it's the 216th day. So it's the 216, 217 when Trump was elected and became president in 2016, 2017. And August 4th is the 216, 217th day of the year, which is the day Obama was born and which is the day Trump's going to get his head wound. You see how it's all connected perfect to August 4th? And here's a quick rundown of what I was showing you just a minute ago. So Washington had two birthdays. 2/11 was his original birthday, which is the 42nd day of the year, and Washington was the 42nd state, Washington. And Elvis died at the age of 42, okay? And this year's Super Bowl is on 2/11. But look, his original birthday was 2/11. They changed it to 2/22 equals 433. The reason I'm showing you that because the 84th prime is 433, okay? And 2016, 2017 has the 433 because that's when Obama and Trump, did all the switching of presidents. And August 4th is the 216, 217 day, and 433 it equals. You see how it's all connected? And look, Trump's born on 6/14 equals 84. 84th prime was 433. I just showed you all that. 6 times 6 times 6 equals 216. August 4th is the 216th day of the year. Elvis Aaron Presley, his name equals 216. Okay? I was just showing you a quick rundown before I move on. Okay? Just real quick, I got sidetracked with that last info. I had to show that. Anyway, Elvis's birthplace was 306. The address, MLK killed in room number 306, because the 36, get it, with a crown. 1 through 36 is 666. You see what I mean? 36 with a crown. 306. And then I showed you that the 306th prime number is 2017. Trump was elected in 2017. And look, speaking of the 36, like I said, that's what we're talking about here, because that's a 666 connection. December, its month chart, this is something I created years ago. All right, pay attention. Elvis had a comeback special that aired on 12/3/1968. That was the same year that Martin Luther King was killed. They had the Elvis comeback special on 12/3. December's month chart, pay attention. December's first month is 12 because it's the 12th month, the first time you see it. And then the next time you would see it would be 12 months later. Instead of starting back at 12, you go to the next number, which would be 24. Then the third number would be 36. Okay, look at that. So it's 12 and 3. You get the 36. See, 12 and 3. 12 times 3 equals 36. 12 times 3 is 36, okay? That's another connection to the 666. That's what I'm saying. And look, you have a 24 in the middle, see? What's in between 12 and 36 is 24. We're in the year 24. The X marks the spot. And like I said, I'm just showing you everything connected to the 666. From MLK's death that same year that he died, that day to the day Elvis's comeback special aired. Forget about the days right here. Well, no, actually, you could look at that. Look at that. It's got the 8, the 4, and a 24. Trump's going to get his head wound on 8/4/24. Look at that this year. But look at this. It's the percentage, 66.67. You got the 666 in there. And Elvis, he equals 67, his number. And twin equals 66. Elvis equals 67, twin equals 66. And Elvis was an identical twin. And remember, I was just showing you the December month chart. Well, December's the reason I was showing you December's month chart is because that's when Washington died, George Washington. Now I'm showing you January month chart because that's when Elvis was born, in January. So January would be the first month, and the next time it'd be the 13th, the 25th, and so on, right? If you go all the way to the 36th number, look at this. It's 421. And why is this important? The 36th number is 421. Because that's when the Queen was born on 421, and that's when the Space Needle opened on 421. You see? And the 36th number down in January is 421. Okay? Like I just showed you on that last card. You see what I mean? And what I want you to notice is the backward number right here. If you set it backwards, it'd be 1, 2, 4. And you'll see why I'm showing that in a minute. So if you took the prime numbers for 16 and 20, because you know how I was showing you all those 16-20 connections with Elvis, 16-20 equals 36. And if you add that up, it's 124. The prime numbers, 16th is 53, 20th is 71, 124. Look at the numbers, 3, 6, 1, 2, 4. That's exactly here. There's just one extra 2, but you can use the 2, just use the 2 again. Look, 1, 2, 2, 4. 1, 2, 2, 4, 3, 6. Same numbers as that December chart that I was showing you. And 1 month, 24 days is February 24th, which would be 224, right? Because we're in the year 224. And June is when this event's going to happen. I could show you many things with the June month chart, but right now I'm just sticking to focus, sticking on the topic of the 36. And remember, I told you the 306th prime number was 2017 when Trump got elected. Trump is born in June. And anyway, so the the June month chart, 6 being the first time that June comes around, the 26th time that June comes around is 306. And notice the numbers, 1, 6, 2, 2, 1, 6. You see what I mean? Anyway, what was I showing here? 16 plus 26 equals 42. Oh, because of this. 1 and 6 is, the 16, and then 26 is 42, and then you get the 306, which is the 36 with the crown. That's all. And the word God equals 26. That's another connection also. So I'm getting to one more good thing, but let me just show this first. So from the first of the year to 512, and the reason 512 is so important is because the percentage, that's not why, but I mean, we're looking at the percentage, the 36%, see? I just want you to see another connection to the 36. You see the letters E equals 5, L equals 12. See, that's why the 512 is so important. And look, that's the 36. From the first of the year to 512 is the first time you see the 36%. So there's your EL, because EL means God in Hebrew, and Elvis, get it? And look, from Elvis's birthday to 4/4, if you add that up, 1844, you add it up, it's 512. That's another reason why that had to happen on that date. But it had to happen on leap year for other reasons. But anyway, the 512 connects to the 36, to the EL. And now we're coming to the end, okay? So 2024 is a Super Bowl. It's in Las Vegas, the Super Bowl, and it's in the state of Nevada. And Nevada is the 36th state, okay? Do you understand? These are impossible coincidences. And you know that Las Vegas is known as Sin City. Okay, so there's another connection because it's the 36th state, Nevada, the 666 connection. And I told you it also connects to 55 because L in Roman numerals is 50, V is 5, so it's 55. Okay, and Satan equals 55. I mean, come on, folks. How many coincidences do you need? Anyway, the whole point was that Nevada is the 36th state. And Elvis Presley was the #1 person in Las Vegas, okay? He's the one who made Las Vegas what it is. So it's no coincidence that it's happening, for the first time in Las Vegas, the Super Bowl. And speaking of Super Bowls, at Super Bowl 23, the halftime show was all about Elvis. Some horrible Elvis impersonator named Elvis Presto. And he just happened to be 33, by the way. His name was right here. Look at that. He's got the ELO. But forget about that AC, antichrist. You think that's a coincidence? Come on. And he's a solid gold dancer. Give me a break. Look at this. Elvis Presto at the Super Bowl 23. And look at Super Bowl 23 was played in 1989. And Elvis, he's 89 years old right now. And why am I bringing that up? Because Super Bowl 23, which happened in 89, Elvis's age right now is 89. It was all about Elvis, that Super Bowl, the halftime show. And look what the score of the game was. First of all, they were playing Cincinnati Bengals. The Cincinnati is in Ohio, where I told you Trump's going to get his head wound. And look, they played the 49ers. My birthday's on 9/4. They say it backwards. My birthday's September 4th, but look at the score. This is the only Super Bowl that's ever had this score of 20-16. No other Super Bowl ever has been 20-16, which is the numbers I've been telling you this whole video. Go back and look at all the 16, 20, 2016. And I didn't even show you all the connections I had. I just showed you most of the most important ones. Most of the important ones. Anyway, 1620, look at that. Which is 162 is June 11th, 216 is August 4th, 216th day of the year, 162nd day of the year is June 11th. And you have a crown. Do you understand how impossible this is? And the 49ers, they're the San Francisco 49ers, right? And where do the San Francisco 49ers play their home games? They play their home games at Levi's Stadium. And Levi's is Elvis. You see? And everybody wore Levi's and still wears Levi's. Because Elvis is the mark. I told you that. Either his name, his image. I'm sorry, hold on. Either his name, his image, or the number of his name is going to be the mark. Somehow it's going to be connected to Elvis. That's all I'm saying. By the way, I could show you so much more with this Levi's Elvis connection, but this is connecting to the 666. That's why I don't want to show that right now. And who was the quarterback at that Elvis Super Bowl? The winning quarterback was Joe Montana. Joe Montana is born on 6/11. You see that? Come on, folks. Look at what I'm showing you. And I told you that's when Seattle gets struck. And by the way, Joe Montana was known as the comeback kid. Anyway, folks, that's it. Just go back and look at all the 16, 20, 2016 connections I showed. Just think about what I'm saying to you. This is the only Super Bowl that had this, and it was this score, and it was at the Elvis Super Bowl. Okay? And now it's in Las Vegas, which connects to Elvis. This is the first time it's ever going to be on the 42nd day of the year. Elvis died at the age of 42. Washington's the 42nd state. You understand? Seattle's in King County. Elvis is known as the King. And like I said, the Super Bowl is going to be on the 42nd day of the year this year. All right? It's the first time ever. And 2/11 was Washington's original birthday. That's the whole point. And Washington's the 42nd state, and Elvis died at the age of 42, which I keep repeating myself. Sorry about that. Anyway, folks, that's the end of the video.